Hello folks and welcome to another Mac Tactics by me, Tactical Mac 7 on YouTube. Today I'm looking at an update to the 4-2-3-1. This is the formation I started my YouTube tactics with. I did 4 or 5 of them. Did 4 I think. Defensive, ultra defensive, attacking, ultra attacking. This has kind of just been how those have all evolved together. I still feel that this is one of the best formations you can have for having one formation do all the different things. A lot of people struggle. No, not struggle. A lot of people don't like playing this formation because it's not as flashy and it's not as high paced or pressing or tiki taka as some of the other ones. But I always find this is kind of like old reliable. This is the formation that just does a bit of everything, and yeah, if you set it up right, it's really good. So this is how I'm playing it in game. A few new cards to try. Robertson, Charlton, Patelis, Rolfo, Diaz, Cafu, Vieira. Lots of cards I haven't tried before, so it's good to give them a wee go. See how they go on. Yeah, I really like it. Played a few games with this. I've recorded the game already because it's Tuesday morning, and you never know what kind of gameplay you're going to get. It was 18 milliseconds, didn't feel like 18 milliseconds. And we're going to get into the gameplay here and the breakdown, and I will show you exactly why. It's really important you always have a warm-up game before you go into champs. You're going to see why. Yeah, so let's get into the gameplay and I'll show you that. Oh, remember, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you need to do. Thanks very much. Right then, folks, here we are, gameplay. So I started recording too quick, basically. Forgot to do the team. Rest assured, it's a great team. Majority of them pink, like everybody's team now. So the 4-2-3-1, we're a minute and 30 in, so we're now into our 4-3-2-1 shape. Or should be. Mbappe's slightly weird position there. Nice ball through, but we miss it. So now that we've not had the ball for a little bit, let's go back. So now that we've not had the ball for a little bit, if I pause it here, yeah, it's looking right. We can see from our defensive shape, we have Mbappe out on the right wing, we've got Charlton out on the left wing, Puskas sitting in that gap between the defence and midfield kind of thing. Rolfo's pushed up. Sorry, that's Alexia has pushed up. She's in the centre cam position, so she's a little bit wider. Rolfo's pushed up because she's the more attacking of the two centre CDMs, and Vieira's sitting in that nice central position, prowling, just keeping an eye on anyone in that position. Our back four is quite narrow. You can see them there. And looking at this team, you can see that he does have two wingers that are quite wide, so that could cause us a bit of problem. So hug sidelines might have been a good option for this. But it was first thing in the morning and I hadn't played a warm-up game, so this is my warm-up game. So you're going to see mistakes. I know you all like seeing my mistakes. So we don't track him very well there with Robertson. We kind of overcommit a couple of times. Again, we're back and forward. But we get the ball, which is nice. You see how Charlton came back to help him out and then makes a run forward. That doesn't have too much of a drain on stamina, but it is something you have to watch for your wide cams. We don't do very well with the attack there. We kind of let it break down. We just threw a ball in the box. So we're selecting Cafu. I wasn't that impressed with. He was okay, but not great. I think I've just got him, or using him too late. We lose the ball somehow there, and he goes across goal, and Martinez just doesn't make the save. But let's have a look at the steps in which I lost this goal. So here, I am controlling Rolfo. No, Arujo. And I should win this ball. I should just clear this ball. You know, the if in doubt, put it out kind of thing. It should be an X clearance. X for me, because that's shoot. Is that shoot? Yeah, I can't remember. I've got an alternative, the old Pez one. But I try and control it, knock it straight into Eusebio, and he pounces. And that's a purely my mistake. I should never take a touch towards the player. I've told you this before, always take a touch away from the player. So we get started again. And we just run into him. I'm just not seeing passes at the moment. I'm not seeing the passes of play that I want to see. It's because it's the first game. And this is why it's always important to have a warm-up game before you go into champs, because otherwise you'll feel like this too. So we're just stopping, we're taking our time. we're making sure we're passing into the players. He's got quite a high press on me all the time. So there's normally like 3 players. So there is gaps in his team. I just need to start finding them. We get the ball to Mbappe, slips the ball down the outside to Charlton, but it does make a good run with Klaus there to get in the right position. There, I should have gone back to Vieira. I shouldn't have been trying to be so aggressive. Here, I love the ball through to Charlton, who slips it in. Now, if we look at the shape of the team, so Lex is our centre cam. So here we've got our 2 centre CDMs. They're blocking off the 2 strikers. So it means he's got to go wide. His passes, he can't go straight into feet because I'm already running to cut that passing lane. So he's got to go out wide. If he doesn't, if he tries to stay central, one of our 2 CDMs are going to cut the passing lanes. And that is where you spring your attacks with the 4-2-3-1. That is where you can be really, really ruthless. Because everybody's trying to play the 4-3-2-1 still. So they're always looking at when they start to break 2 people up top, quite central. So if you've got 2 CDMs that are quite central, you're going to cut those passing lanes. As soon as we get the ball here, I've got 2 options on the run. So Puskas is already running and Charlton's already running because his right back is getting his right back is way out here, I think. No, that's his centre back's way out of position because that's his right back. So the ball is got this big gap in the middle here now. So that's a centre back. I can play a ball into the middle because of this big gap that's been created because Skriniar has moved too far forward. And I'm happy with that. I've got 2 players running into that gap. And we get the ball through to Charlton and put away. So it's all about that really quick attack if you can get that. That's my primary way of scoring. So we start again at kickoff. He's running sideways. We're pushing him sideways. We've got 2 players in both wings. We've got our right and left cams. They come back to help our fullbacks out. So we're always secure there. So he's always kind of playing in front of us, and that's where we want him playing. We don't want him playing through the lines. He gets a really nice ball to be near there, and that's like I cannot fault that. This is everything I tell you guys to do. This ball here, boom. So he has 2 options. He can take it across his body, or he can touch in. Now he obviously sees where my centre back's going. My team's all out of shape. Lovely wee touch past Arujo, and then fires it away before I can get across. Which I'm not gonna lie, it's a wee bit annoying. So we're 2-1 down. I'm like, oh, fine. I just need to warm up. Need to get going, start doing little things, getting the eyes seeing where the passes are. So we're taking our time. We're not rushing into the first pass. We get down and we get a straight across goal and we score again. Now that might be a little bit kickoffy. But this is all about him. Now one thing he was during the whole game is super, super passive with his defending. So you can see here, I'm able to, well, let's go back further. You can see here, there's no attempted tackles going in. He's just trying to, well, tackle there, but he's trying to jockey me, like old style. Kind of like I still do. Jockey, without committing to the tackle. So there's no mistakes for me to kind of punish. So that is quite hard, and you'll see that quite a lot. My attacks break down just because of the way he's just passively waiting for me to make a mistake. And that's what I tell you guys to do all the time. Wait for the mistakes to come, because the mistakes will always come. Oh, we're getting jerky again. Lovely ball into Puskas. And what I noticed with Puskas on all balance, they played quite a deep lying position. And I think that's because I think he prefers a centre forward role. So he's playing a lot more like a false 9 would, without the false 9 instruction on, which I find really interesting. Because I don't know if he would have done that before. But he's certainly doing that now. Why is this getting a bit... So there, that tackle in deep, that's him dropping right back. I'm not telling him to do that. Busquets gets right into a lovely position wide. We try and push it back, but he's good with his central defenders there. Like, he has pulled him out of position, but he made sure he won the ball, and that's what you've got to do. If you pull central defenders out, make sure they're getting the ball. So with our both fullbacks on stay back while attacking, we do have a really solid back 4. You can set one of them to balanced if you want, just to give you more of an option, which would automatically push that side cam further in. So you probably want your right, probably my right back as attacking. So Charlton's really narrow there, one because of the way we have the tactics set up, and two because we have free roam on him, so he's allowed to pick up positions there in between midfield and defence. Here, he's just bouncing off me. Zaha just literally bounced off 2 tackles. Having Arujo's pace is the thing that saved me there. We get a wee dink out. You can see it's quite a heavy game. The ball's moving quite slowly. Let's say as it pings a pass forward. Here, that was a silly choice. That should have been a ball on ground or a double tap. When you do lofted through balls, you're always at risk of losing the ball because it takes your player a lot longer to control it. Down the outside to Puskas, who's taking that wide position. I see Mbappe, but I tried to do a ball roll, not ball roll, a heel to heel, and it just didn't register, which is, yeah, happens. So he is still trying to attack through the middle, and as long as he's going through the middle with my width and those 4 players there, I always feel like I'm pretty comfortable. I just didn't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but I had, like, I don't know, brain fog, just couldn't see passes or work out plays. Very nearly score a wonder goal there with Cafe. Good pass into Alexa, nice wee turn, scoop turn, but again, that passiveness just finds a mistake. We're finding nice wee bits of movement now, and it's a lovely wee shimmy from Alexa there. It's always good to have players with high agility, because when the ball comes into their touch away, he's tried to jockey me, but we've gone round him, and then on our strong foot into the net. So we get going again. We win the ball quite early from kickoff. It's always good to try and get forward. Now you can see that I'm starting with the scoop turns, the ball rolls. I'm just a wee bit more awake, a wee bit more into this game. Love a little ball, reverse ball through to Mbappe, who just dunks it. And you see the position Mbappe takes up, because Mbappe is your right cam. You see this run here, straight across. And obviously Charlton's my left ram, my left cam, my lamb. So my lamb and my ram have combined to make that goal inside the 18-yard box. So that's what's quite nice about this formation, the attacking freedom it gives you. And if you're awake, you can see the passes and you can make those little plays, you can make the little deft chips, you can do the tiki-taka. It's just about being awake. So we get started again in the second half. Right, let's come back to the start. So we get started again in the second half. I know now being 4-2 up, but I've got full control of this game. Another goal probably ends it. So we're doing the nice little passes. We're going back to our right back just to open up the space. Ball into Mbappe. First time touch to Puskas. We touch Mbappe again. We try to turn, but he read it. We got Alexa back into the right position. We've got Rolfo kind of nicely in position. Just looking for that pass. We open up the angle from Vieira. We try to do a wee fake shot. We luckily get the ball back, but we lose it again. Rolfo first time to Mbappe. Scoop turn, and it draws the foul. And he's had enough at this point. So you've seen there that the concerted pressure I was able to put on him, because I had those 3 narrow cams. So if he tries to pass the ball out of the back, there's a good chance I'm going to intercept that. If he goes long with the pass out of the back, I've got Vieira and Rolfo in the midfield, so the central's done. My fullbacks are on stay back, so they're going to be able to cover any wingers there. So that's a really nice thing about the 4-2-3-1. You are able to kind of put a lot of pressure on teams and able to push them back. That's why I really like it. It'll be one of the first formations I go to in FC25, definitely. Right, that's the gameplay. That was the breakdown. You've seen how bad I was first thing in the morning, and you see why you need a practice game. So hopefully that helped you, and hopefully it helped you understand that sometimes when you start playing this game, you're just not seeing the passes. Right, let's get into tactics so you can see how this is set up. Right, so let's get into the custom tactics. Here is how we started the game, and then 4-2-3-1. This is how we set up. We've got balanced, width 35, depth 71. Now this depth could go all the way up to 100. It would make it even more pressing. You've seen in the gameplay how I can manually press really well with it. So if you want to stick this up to 100, please feel free to stick it up to 100. We're on balanced build up play and balance, chance creation. Again, if you don't like this, this can go to long ball and forward runs or direct passing. If you want to tiki-taka more, you can go possession. I'm just keeping everything on balance at the moment because I just feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to use more of the work rates and the individual players in correct positions for correct roles, because I feel like that's the way we're going with FC25. Width is attacking width's on 40 because we want to keep it nice and narrow. You've seen how Mbappe was in the box and Charlton was in the box, and they're my wide ram and lamb, so it's good. Players in the box 6. Corner kicks and free kicks completely up to you. I have it set to 2 and 2. That was the formation, seen at the beginning, and then into instructions. So on our striker, he is completely default. Now what you did see in the gameplay is Puskas didn't score. He was more of a link person. So if you want to set this, if you have someone like Puskas who's maybe just drifting in and out of the game, you can set him to stay forward, or you can set him to get in behind, because we don't have direct passing on. So, you know, feel free to do that if you want. My central cam is set to free roam only. My lamb and ram are set to free roam and come back on defense. My 2 CDMs, so I've got Vieira on stay back while attacking cover center, and Rolfo was just on cover center. Robertson stay back while attacking overlap, and Cafu stay back while attacking overlap. But feel free to put one or both of them onto balanced if you want. Keep on one overlap because you want your lamb and your ram coming inside, and you want your fullbacks overlapping them. Centre backs we don't touch because we don't want to play the striker, and Martinez I left him on balanced and balanced. Could be why he conceded 2. Going back to that. I'm trying to embrace his balance mentality. But there are still some things I want to have on. Like, I want to have comeback on defence on these, especially with Mbappe, because he's got high-low work rates. So it's important to have him on comeback on defence, I feel. I want Vieira, even though he's high defensive, medium attacking, I want him to stay back. I want him to be that wall in the middle of the park. He does that so well. So yeah, there's the tactics. It's a fun wee alternative. I would say this probably fits in your attacking slot. It's probably an alternative to the 4-3-3. 2, the 4-3-3-5 maybe? No, maybe 4. It's an alternative to the 4-3-2-1. It's not the same, it's just an alternative. It's an alternative to 4-2-2. So it's, if you're playing any of these formations, give this a go, see how it gets on, and give it 5 games, because it does take a bit adjusting to it. It's a bit slower, and it is a bit, so it's just different. I like it, but it is a bit different. So I understand why some people don't like it. Right. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are amazing. Like, subscribe, comment. Remember, only play this game while it's fun. If it stops being fun, go have a break and play something else. There's plenty of other good stuff out there. Catch you guys later. Bye.